So Tata Motors is known to refresh its SUV lineup every now and then to keep things exciting. Now, a few months back, we took a look at the new Kaziranga edition of SUVs, and before that, we had the Dark edition. Again, fast forward, now Tata has unveiled the Jet edition of its SUVs, which increases the luxury quotient of them. So let's take a look at what's new with this. Now, starting with the Nexon Jet Edition, this is the cheapest Jet Edition SUV that you can buy. And again, Tata has made a lot of cosmetic changes and also added one feature to the Nexon Jet Edition. Now, first things first, this color, this combination is called the Starlight. Now, basically, this is a combination of your earthy bronze color, which is the main exterior color, and your platinum silver roof. And what Tata has also done is put in a lot of contrasting elements. So, if you can see, the skid plate over here, it's done in silver, and even the tri-arrow format, which you always get in black, is now in silver. Coming up, of course, you have your black grille, which has, of course, unchanged from the standard Nexon, and even the fog lamps around, again, done in silver. You got your usual LED projector headlamps and LED DRLs, and coming to the side, those 16-inch alloy wheels, they are now done in the jet black color. Of course, to remind you that this is a Jet Edition, you get your #Jet badging right on the front fender. Again, moving to the side, not many changes, but again, you have a lot of contrasting elements. So your ORVMs, they are done in black. Your platinum silver roof, of course, the roof rails, they are done in a contrasting granite black shade. Again, moving to the back, Tata has again put in some contrasting elements. So again, your skid plate, like the front, is done in silver. Even this belt over here is done in silver, and your surrounds for the reflectors are, again, as you guessed it right, silver again. And the Nexon badging that you see is done in black. So it's quite a good combination that Tata have done with these three elements that you see everywhere on the exteriors. Now again, for the interiors, Tata has played with the color theme that you have. So on your door pad, you have your earthy bronze insert that you of course have as your exterior color. Even the mid pad that you see for the dashboard is done in this bronze shade. Now the theme of this interior is a combination of your oyster white on the lower half and your granite black on the top half. Other than that, everything else remains the same. Of course, you have your new ventilated seats, and they also gain the new #Jet branding that you see on the front headrest. You also have a contrasting stitching, which is again done in bronze. Now, in terms of features, Tata has added one feature to the Nexon Jet Edition, which is wireless charging. Now, this feature is available only in the recently launched Nexon EV Max, but now it makes its way to the standard Nexon. Other than this, this variant is based on the top-end XZ Plus trim, so you have all the features that you would need. So you have your ventilated seats, you have your digital instrument cluster, you have your cruise control, your automatic climate control, your express cool function, and your touchscreen infotainment system with Harman speakers. So other than this, of course, remains a great place to be in, and this theme of course elevates the experience of the interiors of the Nexon. Now let's take a look if Tata has changed anything in the back. Now again, coming to the back seat, we have our same white and black theme that we see, and again, only one change that we see over here is the same bronze insert on the door handle. Now, unlike the front, wherein the headrests get that #Jet embroidered, the rear headrests, they are simple and they don't get the similar treatment that you see in the front. And this is what they have done with the rear, and there are no other changes. The only change is the theme and the bronze insert over here. Now coming to the next SUV in the Jet lineup is the Harrier Jet Edition. Now this car actually gets the most changes out of the entire range. You get a lot of new meaningful feature additions other than the normal cosmetic stuff that we saw in the Nexon Jet Edition. Now first things first, of course, again we have that similar bronze plus silver platinum roof theme going on right now, and what we have is some contrasting, again, your silver skid plate and your black grille that we have again carried from the standard Harrier, and even the lighting setup, it's all the same. So you have your LED DRLs and your LED projector headlamps, and again coming to the side, your 17-inch alloy wheels, they get the jet black treatment, and again your #Jet badging to remind you what you're driving. And again, as you can see on the side, not much new. You have your silver roof, your chrome line that you see over here, which has Harrier written. And again, moving to the back, it's again the same story, wherein it's your Harrier badging done in black, your silver skid plate, and what you always see in the Harrier. Again, talking about the boot, it's quite a nice boot, quite accommodating, and it's 425 liters of space, but things remain unchanged over here. Now, one of the biggest changes that the Harrier now gets is in terms of its safety. So, unlike the Safari, which has always come with rear disc brakes, now the Harrier does get disc brakes as standard on the Jet Edition. Other than this, you also get your driver doziness alert system, your impact after braking and panic braking alert systems. So this has actually increased the safety quotient of the Harrier. Again, like the Nexon Jet Edition, the story remains the same, but there are a few additions. So of course, you have your same oyster white and your granite black theme over here, and the interior, of course, it gets some nice soft touch plastic, and even the mid pad with your bronze finish, it feels quite great. You know, it looks good. They've given a nice texture to it, so it looks good. Again, your door pads, they have the similar black, white and bronze insert theme that we have seen otherwise. Now, one main feature addition that again the Harrier Jet Edition borrows from the Safari is your new electronic parking brake with auto hold function. Now, if you may remember, the Harrier always came with this large aircraft style handbrake that you had, but now it's much more convenient and a nicer thing to look at. So of course, you have your convenience of the electronic parking brake with the new Jet Edition. Other than this, of course, like we saw in the Nexon, the seats, the leather seats, they have your #Jet again embroidered on the headrest and your contrasting stitching that you see done in bronze. Other than this, the story of the Harrier's interior remains the same. Of course, it's always been really nicely well packed with features. So you have your infotainment system over here with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You have your JBL sound system, and you of course have your selectable drive modes, your hill descent control. You have your wireless charging, your electrically adjustable seat with ventilation function, and your semi-digital instrument cluster. So all in all, of course, remains a great place to be in. And again, these treatment, they of course elevate your experience. Another small addition that went kind of unnoticed by us is that the AC vents, they, even though they have this black surround at the back, they have this chrome surrounding for your borders. So that's something that we've noticed to be new in this edition. Now the back seat story remains the same for the Harrier Jet Edition. Of course, ample of space that you see over here, plenty of legroom. Of course, again, you have your white plus black plus bronze theme that we have seen in the front. So of course, again, the door handles, they get this bronze treatment, and the panoramic sunroof, it really makes the cabin feel really airy. Now, one feature addition that Tata has done at the back is the inclusion of your A USB port and a C USB port. So you didn't used to get C USB port first, but now you get your USB-C port at the back. Again, they've played with the bronze theme again over here and given this outline for the phone holder to be done in bronze. Other than this, of course, remains the same, just like the standard Harrier. Now the Safari Jet Edition. Now this is the flagship SUV of the lineup, and again, as you might have noticed with the previous two cars that we saw, the treatment remains the same for the exteriors. So again, it's the same story. You have your bronze exterior shade, you have your silver platinum contrasting roof over there. The alloy wheels again done in jet black. Moving to the side, you have your #Jet badging on the fender, and again at the back it remains the same story, wherein the Safari badge is done in a matte black shade, your silver skid plate over here, and again the same story just like your standard Safari. Again, the interiors of the Safari Jet Edition, as you might have seen, is very similar to the Harrier Jet Edition. Of course, in fact, it's actually the same. So again, you have your oyster white and granite black treatment, and the mid pad is done in your bronze. Now, in terms of features, Tata has not added any of them to the Safari except in the back seat, which we will get back to later. So the Safari already has the new features that the Harrier had. So of course, it comes with your electronic parking brake with auto hold. It has your ESP, your rear disc brakes with your panic braking alert, impact after braking and driver drowsiness alert.
Of course, other than that, it again remains the same story. So you have your leather seats with ventilation function, the driver seat electrically adjustable, and again the hashtag jet embroidered on the front headrest and the contrasting bronze stitching that you see over here. So all in all, again,
the same story with the Safari, but they've elevated it by playing with the theme. Now let's take a look at what's new at the back. Now the back seat of the Safari Jet Edition, Tata has kind of tried to elevate the experience and make you feel like you're in an actual jet. Well, that's because the headrests that you see over here, they come with this adjustable function where they actually wrap around your head. Now this is exclusive to Safari here, and it comes both for the 6-seater and 7-seater variants. Of course, the ventilation function for the second row also makes this a nicer place to be in, and of course you have your huge panoramic sunroof which will make long drives a breeze for you. Now the last car that we have in the list is the Nexon EV Jet Edition. Now, as you might have guessed, this is exactly like the standard Nexon Jet Edition. So again, you have your similar bronze, silver and black theme that you've come to see in the other cars. And even for the interiors, of course, the feature edition of the wireless charging, it has been borrowed from this EV Max. So again, it already comes with that feature. So in terms of features, again, not any changes for the Nexon EV range, whether it's the Prime or the Max, and it again comes with the theme that we've come to see with the other Jet Edition cars. So what do we think about the Tata Jet Edition range? Well, it's something of a meaningful addition to the Tata's forever due SUV range. Now this of course keeps things exciting, and like the Kaziranga Edition, this is quite unique on the road, and it sets you apart from the other Tata SUVs that you see on the road. Again, the feature additions that we see in all these cars are quite meaningful, and they will make their way to the standard lineup in the future. So in a way, it's a good way to showcase the new features that we are going to see in Tata's new range. Now talking about the prices, the Jet Edition is based on the top end XZ Plus variant for all the cars, and they are around rupees 30,000 to rupees 50,000 more expensive than the corresponding variant. Now the Nexon Jet Edition, it starts at around rupees 12.13 lakhs for the petrol manual variant and goes up all the way to rupees 14.08 lakhs for the diesel automatic variant. The Harrier Jet Edition, it starts at around rupees 20.90 lakhs and goes up all the ways to 22.20 lakh. And the Safari Jet Edition starts at rupees 21.35 lakh and goes up all the ways to 22.75 lakhs. Now regarding the Nexon EV Jet Edition, Tata did not reveal the prices at the time of unveiling, but we are sure that they will reveal the prices very soon. Well, let us know what you think of this range. Until then, this is Faisal signing off. Rev hard and rev free.